Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Shorts. I'm your host, Neil, joined as always by my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek.
Yeah.
And together, we bring you another shortened version of the Senate podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Most important words I said, share the content, like the content, and we build the content. Anyhow, my brother, let's get into it.
Yeah, man. So we have an article we're going to read. We're going to look into this article. Now, a few weeks ago, we would have done a live stream, right? And in that live stream, I would have talked about, Lala Anthony, right?
Lala Anthony.
Lala, that was she name, right? She's Lala, right? Lala Anthony. And this live stream is called Dream a Little Dream. There was that. We did the one about, but it seems we talk about her a lot. Anyhow. And we talked about the fact that, she seems to be struggling a little bit in terms of being able to find a date at all, period. At first she said that only the young boys hitting she up in the DMs.
Here's how it goes. Because this is what I'm finding. I don't understand this. This is how it goes. Okay. When you're younger, you want to date older guys. And I'm not saying when you get older, you want to date younger guys. But when you get older, only younger guys want to date you. It's the wildest thing. Literally, guys will DM me or want to take me out, and I'll Google them. I'll be like, you're 22 years old. Like, what? How? Like, how does this work? But like, so confident, so like, I want to take you out. I think you're amazing. And I'm just like, what's the cutoff? Like, I don't know the cutoff. I'm just saying, what is the cutoff?
No, it's a real thing.
But okay, but we got to go back.
Okay.
We'll get to that next.
Yeah, because we do have
But
to talk
I don't
about
get
that.
what this thing is like.
No, it's a real thing.
The older you get, the younger the guys get. And it's wild.
And then she said, if she was interviewed by TMZ, that, she want to retract that statement because she can't find nobody at all.
I heard you on a podcast saying that only 22-year-old guys want to date you.
I retract my statement.
Oh, really?
It's been the top of the year, and I don't feel like any guys want to date me.
Oh, really? Who are you after? What sort of age bracket do you want to date?
Age ain't nothing but a number.
But how do you get like someone like would you like a 40-year-old or would you prefer a 22-year-old?
I prefer whoever is for me. Whoever God says is for me, I'm good with it.
Is it hard to carry a conversation with a young dude though? Like you connect with them differently?
Everybody's different. 22 is a little too young.
22 is too young?
A little bit too young.
Hey, what about 34?
We can do that.
Hey!
But since then, Lala, the gift that keeps on giving, she has said this, right? Lala Anthony thinks most married people are miserable and that people don't want to get married anymore, right? So, because Lala Anthony is the ex-wife of one of my favorite basketball players, Carmelo Anthony. Shoot, he and I share a birthday, right? Lala Anthony has dished out her opinion on marriage, claiming that most of the married people she knows are miserable. Anthony made the claim while speaking with DJ Charlamagne the God on The Breakfast Club about her recent split from her longtime husband, Carmelo Anthony. The TV personality and actor married NBA legend Carmelo in 2010 but filed for divorce in 2021 amid allegations that he had been unfaithful. The couple's life together had been chronicled in their reality television series Lala's Full Court Life between 2011 and 2014. I don't hear people who aren't getting married saying like, I want to get married, Anthony told Charlamagne. You just start hearing it less and less. Like before that was a goal. I'm not in conversation with people who are like, I can't wait to meet someone and get married. She added, most, I'm not saying all, not all. Yeah. I'm being careful with my words. Most married people that I know are miserable and not happy and don't want to be married, right? I find that interesting because, everybody, she's close to Ciara. So it's just keep eyes open there, Russ.
Hey, man.
Yeah. In a separate appearance on the Jennifer Hudson show last week, Anthony also said that her and Carmelo's son, Kayan, is now protective of her dating after the divorce, right? So she got a little bit of, son-husband action going on here. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it at all, she said, adding in jest that Kayan would prefer it if she stayed single. I'm just like, you just want your mom to be alone, like forever? Ever? He's like, kind of, she shared. But anytime his friends want to go out and do something, he's like, all right, ma, see you later. Deuces. I'm going here. I'm like, you just leave me in a heartbeat, but you don't want me to have anybody? Yeah.
All alone, but you're alone sometimes.
All alone. That is Lala Anthony and what she had to say. Your thoughts from it, my brother?
I would say a couple of things. One, if you don't know anybody that is happily married, maybe you need to change your friend circle. I think that's what it told me, right? Change it.
Yeah, change your dating pool, man.
Yeah. Dubs is played with Dubs. So, if you're getting married to stay happy, to be happy, to live a fairy tale life, then it ain't for you. Shoot. Some may even argue marriage is supposed to be hard. Why? Because you're bringing two individuals into a situation where daily they have to be committed and dedicated to each other and to the relationship and the family that they're building, the life that they're building together. So, no, I know. Obviously, Lala would have gone through infidelity and stuff like that. Her situation is obviously a very extreme one because Carmelo Anthony is a top 1% man. Not tall, got money.
Yeah,
he's a public figure, right? So he would get the pick of the litter. And knowing how some of these women just get in some of these cities that the NBA players just go to, you are but a man. I'm not absolving him, I'm just saying, right? What I would say is that when you get married, it is a commitment. And you know, it's funny, I was listening to a podcast today and it said, when you get married, chances are you have not lived with the person long enough to discern if this person is somebody that you could take day in and day out, right? Because a friend of mine would have sent an article speaking about essentially men getting divorced based on chores. Women just had enough, the dishes was unwashed. But basically the article was talking about how things build up over time. It may start out with the dishes not being washed, not giving the emotional support constantly as the other person would like. You know, you're not taking out the garbage often enough, etc. And then of course the woman is going to start to shut down emotionally. She may not want to have sex with you, be intimate with you. No, you have a problem because you're not getting sex, right? She may be nagging you all the time and then y'all grow apart as people. So it's kind of like a domino effect, or it's kind of like the small cog. Straw. Right. The cog in the watch mechanism that fails and the whole watch start working, right? But at some point we have to speak about the commitment, duty, honor of the vows that you would have made, right? Now, I understand women and men have a different way of taking care of a home, and today we don't have those traditional roles of women take care of home, daddy man go and work. It's supposed to be equal split, or you gotta play your weight in the household, particularly if you live in below certain means, you can't afford a housekeeper, that sort of stuff. But you still have to be committed to the relationship. You still have to be dedicated to the vows you made. And then if children are involved, shoot, ain't even about you and the person primarily anymore. It's about the children and keeping that family unit intact for the stability and structure for the child, right? So to say that married people are miserable and they don't want to be married, marriage was never an easy ride. A lot of people look at marriage to be the end all and be all, but marriage is hard, gritty, grimy work. Shoot, Derek was married.
As when the work is start, when you get married. Exactly,
and the problem is that and you got to do work daily, sometimes hourly, moment by moment. You got to do the work. Shoot, and every time you gonna love your partner, and every time you love your wife or your husband, but you gotta stick it out, because at some point the love you have for the commitment and the relationship will carry you forward. So I find it interesting that Lala is talking about people that are married and people don't want to get married. I think that is the common trope right now because nobody wants to be held accountable. Nobody wants to do the work. And this is men and women. I want to be very clear. Nobody wants to do the work. Everybody just want to have fun. Everybody wants to be in the limelight. Everybody doesn't want to have to be obligated or accountable to anything, particularly a partner. They want to be able to shoot, wash or not wash. Don't nag me about dishes. Give me sex all the time. I need emotional support. Buy me Birkin bag. Like, it's all about it's selfish now. So I agree with Lala. People don't want to get married right now. Shoot, I'm on the fence about it. I know Derek would have had his struggles with if he wanted to be married or not. At some point, you have to hold yourself accountable and ask yourself, instead of you saying, this is the wife I deserve or the husband I deserve, am I the wife or am I the husband that my perfect version of that person deserves? And a lot of people don't do that introspection. A lot of people just not doing the hard work. And sometimes that work is not physical, it's emotional, it's mental. So I agree with you, Lala. We can soon make you a Pinterest state of this channel. We're going to a range of them. Yeah,
a roster of pictures.
Yeah, a roster of pictures.
About there, first up.
Yep.
Then we got TMO Reno, and then we got Lala Anthony, right?
Mm-hmm. Megan good. Don't forget Megan.
Megan good about there too, right? Heavy. Here's the thing, though, Neil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people might be miserable getting married and stuff like that, but I find it interesting that Lala has this to say now after the fact, because she was married 11 years, right? And she was cool with it, right? And now all of a sudden, married people have some miserable, right? And that there's no value in being married. And here's the thing, there's a lot of value in being married, right?
A lot.
They say married couples earn more. As a matter of fact, there's a recent study that's saying being single is a lot that people can't afford, right? Because inflation, raising costs of living and stuff like that.
Yeah, unhappiness is single people. Let's not get that part. Mm-hmm.
So you just can't afford to be single anymore, right? And she's saying, most married people are miserable, but they're still married, right? There's benefit to being married. There's a young rapper that got deleted a couple months ago, PNB Rock, I think is his name. And a few weeks ago, his girlfriend was making the point, or complaining, laboring, whatever you want to call it, that she does not receive any benefits from him. He had money. She got a child free or children free, but she receives no benefit. She has no access to that. Why? It's just a girlfriend. It's just girlfriend. When you're a wife, you could go in and you could save it up.
You got control the estate.
You could control things. You know what I mean? There's more weight in that.
Yep.
Right? And that's why I would advise the ladies. Stop thinking about this, yeah. Let me quote Choco. No man is an island.
No man is an island.
We supposed to live together as men and women, right? Don't hold on so hard and fast to this, always strong and independent. And then when things get hard down the end of life, you're scrambling because you're there all alone, but you're alone yourself. On the flip side, men, if you got a woman, good woman at that, and you know that, but yeah, you look out for this woman, you cover this woman under your 4Ps and all that, it would be best to cover that woman in the event that something happens to you. You cover that woman legally. Now, let me stop here first and say, yes, if you got a bad woman, you could get fleeced. You could get fleeced. We know that, right? We understand that as men. That possibility exists. But if you got a good woman, you got your family and stuff with that woman, it is in your best interest to cover that woman under marriage, so that anything happen to you, this woman can go forward, deal with it. Yeah, because the guy PNB Rock, the girlfriend was saying they didn't have insurance because they're young, there's 20 something.
Yeah.
They're checking for the life insurance in 20s, right? But no, she catches you royal, trying to support each other because she did not have the title of wife. Yeah. So as much as people married are miserable, there's benefit to the misery, if you want to put it that way, right? So just putting it out there, right? Just putting it out there. There are benefits to it. Plus, this has been another Senate Short. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to ensure that you do not miss any of the content we've got coming for you. We can see you guys again soon.
It's a contaminated environment. And the tutu's about that.